Welcome to Fresh Fridays. I'm Pastor Tony, and today we'll be looking at a fresh idea that you can use in your kids' ministry. You know, over the years, I've always thought that safety was one of the priorities of our ministries. And as much time as we spend focusing on name tags and security and locking rooms down and having policies and procedures in place, one of the things that we've also focused on is having a well child ministry. I want to make sure that we're speaking to the health of the children in the room, their physical health. And so part of that is we do a little screening when kids are checked in. Now, I don't necessarily check their temperatures or go through all that. I'm not a doctor, okay? But we do look for some symptoms that tells us if a child is sick or not. Now, I would encourage you to talk to leadership in your church, your pastor, whatever your policies are, and abide by them. But if you don't have any policies, let me give you some real safe things you could be doing to create a well child ministry. Look for symptoms. Look for things like maybe they've had diarrhea, they've been vomiting, maybe they have nasal discharge, it's all colored, or they've got a wet cough. Now, keep in mind maybe it's allergy season and a dry cough or white discharge would probably be okay. You want to look for those other things that lend more towards a sickness. Maybe they've got a fever. Maybe they've got irritated eyes or red eyes. Those are signs that you probably don't want to bring them into a class. Also looking at things like maybe lice or nits or a rash on their body. Maybe they just don't feel good. Like you notice there's a little apathy in their life and you know this child well enough to know they're off their game just a little bit today. And sometimes parents go, well, they're just tired. You've got to make that judgment call. But if anything inside you says, I just want to be safe, then this is a time to do that. In love, encourage that parent that, hey, you know what? We love your child, but we're just not going to be able to let them into class today for the safety of the other kids in the room, as well as we want to make sure that your child is safe. And if they're in the healing process right now, being on other kids with germs and stuff probably isn't the best idea. And so lovingly let them know, hey, we want them to come back next week if they're feeling better, but not today. Beyond that, you want to make sure you're keeping your classroom clean, that you're sanitizing things, you're wiping things down. And especially if that child comes and they look like they're sick, wipe down the area they were in. Let me also encourage you as a leader, if you're not feeling well, hey, we always need volunteers. We always need help in the classroom. But I don't need you getting all the rest of the kids sick. But if you're not feeling well, get better, rest. We want to make sure you stay healthy also. Hey, this is Pastor Tony. Remind you to keep your kids' ministry fresh.